Hey guys, welcome to our 6 tips for a healthy summer nutrition talk. I'm Coach Louise, this is Coach Karen, and we are the nutrition coaches over here at Refined Fitness and Nutrition. We provide our nutrition coaching program using the Healthy Steps Nutrition Program, where we believe something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated. We want to help you build a strong foundation so you can meet your short-term and long-term goals and feel the way you deserve to feel for the rest of your life. So it's already summer. The warm weather's here, schools are breaking up, and we've got time to go on trips, vacations, longer days, kick back, relax. And sometimes that entails a little bit more food and a few more beverages, and we don't want you to lose track of your goals this summer. Did you know that, in fact, studies show that children eat 5 times more sugar during the summer break? That's pretty shocking, but between those sugar sweetened drinks and ice cream, it's pretty easy for that to happen. And it doesn't just end with what children are doing over the summer. On a 1 to 3 week vacation, an average adult might gain up to 1 pound of fat per week, which we do not want to happen to you guys this summer. So let's talk about why that's something that happens to people. Typically, we sleep less during the summer and we decrease our physical activity and we start to eat a little bit more because there's all kinds of tempting things going on and barbecues and ice cream trucks. And it's the perfect storm for us to gain weight. So we want to buck that trend for you and share our 6 tips on how to slow your roll and not end up in a weight gain over the summer. So Coach Karen is going to talk about our first 3 tips. So take it away, Coach Karen. Here we go.
Awesome. So first tip, move more, sit less. Sounds easy, but the reality is it's a little bit more challenging. So you think warmer weather, you're going to be outside, moving around, different activities. However, when it gets really hot, people tend to cease or limit the amount of activity that they actually do. There was one study that was published that looked at 502 participants, and that it showed they would delay exercise during certain weather conditions during the summer months. So while the warm weather definitely encourages more activity outside, when it's super hot and when it's super humid, people tend to kind of stay inside, stay, cool and relaxed. But we still need to make sure that we are getting in that physical activity, especially as Coach Louise mentioned, in the summer, we got more barbecues, maybe a few more beverages, etc. So the other thing about physical activity to keep in mind is that some of the benefits are decreased stress, increased sleep, which we all need, not to mention increased confidence. It also helps with better weight management. So as we're enjoying all the indulgence of summer, we got to make sure we're balancing that with physical activity. So something to focus on and try to commit to is 3 to 5 times a week of movement. It could look like one day it could be a 30 to 60-minute walk, another day it could be a swim, and a third day it could be getting into the gym and moving some weight. One of the most important things, though, when you're picking your physical activity is pick something you actually enjoy. Make it fun. That way you are more likely to stick with it and be consistent. Tip number 2 that we're going to talk about is keeping cool in the extreme heat. Extreme heat doesn't only stop us from hitting our workouts, but it can also be dangerous. So obviously super important that we're mindful of what the temperatures are outside, if we're going outside, and what activity we are looking to do. But try to find areas that are a little bit cooler to get your physical activity. Maybe it's in the shade, maybe it's inside with the fan or air conditioning, keeping that temperature of your body down. But make no mistake, you need to make sure you're including that physical activity. And then our third is eating a balanced diet. Super important, whether it's the summer, fall, or winter, any time of year. So what does that look like? Many of us have tried probably every diet under the sun. But until we start creating long-term sustainable habits when it comes to food, we're going to constantly get on that roller coaster of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. So as we're coming into summer, a lot of us wear less clothes, right? We're getting into bathing suits, we're wearing tank tops, we're wearing shorts. We're going to be on vacation. We start thinking about, oh, I want to drop a few pounds before I have to put on those shorts and bathing suits. But if we start creating those habits year round, it's going to keep us off of that roller coaster. If we just do it in the summertime, what's going to happen is we haven't created those long-term sustainable habits. Come fall, when we start putting on those clothes again, we're going to go right back to those habits. So one of the great ways to help with creating a balanced diet is the plate method. Super easy that you can do it anywhere and anytime. You can do it at a barbecue, you can do it at a kid's party, you can do it at home, you can do it at a restaurant. And it's super easy. Half that plate is going to be your non-starchy veggies. So think broccoli, asparagus, carrots, peppers, half that plate. Quarter of the plate will be your lean protein, your meat, your fish, chicken, etc. And then the other quarter of the plate are going to be those starchy vegetables that, let's be real, we all like it. But that's going to help you give yourself a really well-balanced plate and something that you can consistently maintain no matter where you are. And if you're still hungry after doing that plate method, go back for veggies. Fill up on those veggies. So those are your first 3 summer tips. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Louise to talk about the next 3.
Okay, thank you, Karen. So let's talk about what we typically tend to drink over the summer. And for most of us, there'll be alcoholic beverages, there might be a lemonade, there might be a soda here and there, particularly for children. And we want to think about the amount of sugar that we start to consume with those drinks. Studies have found that the correlation between increased added sugar consumption and weight gain in the summer is what we really need to think about when we take in our drinks. Did you know that a glass of lemonade has 6¼ teaspoons of sugar in it? And if you're grabbing a Starbucks frap on the way to the beach, that's got 20 teaspoons of sugar in it. And for women, we should only be consuming 6 teaspoons a day, and for guys, 9 teaspoons a day. So if that's becomes some kind of sugar daily habit over the summer, we are setting ourselves up for some kind of weight gain. We also know that alcohol adds to some of our issues over the summer where, we might have a glass of wine at a barbecue in the afternoon, and then we have a few cocktails in the evening, and your body starts to metabolize all the protein, carbs, and fat differently, and that can set us back and can lead to some weight gain. So we want you to be mindful about what you drink. We're not saying you can't drink alcohol, but we want you to be mindful about it. And think about all the different calorie input that all of these different kind of mixed drinks bring to you. And also make sure you stay hydrated with water. So you still want to aim to drink 60 to 80 ounces of water every day. Stick to light alcoholic beverages. And between each drink that you partake, have a glass of water. It slows you down, it fills you up, keeps you hydrated, and will help with your sleep at night when sometimes we've had a little too much sugar and it can disrupt the quality of your sleep. Tip number 5 is to find an accountability partner. Something we talk about all of the time. It's always easier to do this with somebody keeping you on track, making sure you show up to places than trying to do it all alone. Karen already talked about physical activity. If during the summer that's something you struggle with, find somebody to go on a walk with, even if it's just around the neighborhood. If you've got a pet, find a dog walking buddy to get you out of the house and get your steps and body moving. If you are going to join a fitness program, utilize the community that you're part of and try and make sure that people are looking out for you to show up and work out. Finding somebody on your team that keeps you honest and motivated is absolutely key if you are even trying to lose weight over the summer. And having a teammate makes things more enjoyable, and you can talk about your successes and things that you're both trying out. And it's just a way to check in with someone and make sure you're not throwing the whole summer away. Our final and tip number 6 is don't forget to sleep. I know it's really tempting over the summer when we're on a slightly different routine that you want to sleep in, stay up late, binge a Netflix show, go to the bar and have an extra couple of drinks. But lack of sleep really does increase the risk of people gaining weight over the summer. Think about a time that maybe you were on vacation and you weren't getting enough sleep. Did you feel like you were craving more food? Did you want to snack more? There's reasons for that with the changes in our hormone levels whilst we're asleep. And it makes us more hungry and it makes us crave to eat more snacks. And typically we'll snack on things that have got more sugar in or more salt in or more fat in. And that's going to derail our goals over the summer too. So I want you to think about making sure you still get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. For the kids, they want to get at least 9 hours of sleep a night. And then, still think about setting your own sleep schedule so that it's like, okay, if I'm got to get up at this time in the morning, I've got to go to bed at this time at night. Practice that good screen hygiene and not keeping those brain cells cranking with scrolling and then trying to get back to sleep. It's the summer, it gets hot. So try and create a cool and relaxing environment to help you fall asleep and to stay asleep. 68 degrees in the bedroom is like a recommended great temperature to try and sleep at. So, run a fan, run your AC, but try and keep that environment that you sleep in as comfortable as possible. And lastly, the greatest thing you can do to also help you sleep well is to eat a balanced diet, which Karen's already talked about. We want to do that throughout the day. It helps us sleep. And so that, again, that focus on lean proteins, non-starchy veggies, lower glycemic index carbohydrates, and healthy fats will definitely improve the quality of your sleep. If you're interested in working a little bit more on your sleep over the summer, we have an awesome podcast that our Healthy Steps Nutrition friends have out there on Apple Podcasts and other platforms. And you can deep dive and find out some more information on there. And then I just wanted to share, again, what our foundations are for living a healthy life, whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. We always want you to make sure you've got whole foods in your diet. We all know what that looks like: vegetables, fruit, lean proteins, a little bit of fat. We want to make sure you've got a balance of that throughout the day. And Karen's talked about our plate method, and that's like one of the number one things we talk to our nutrition clients about. And finally, again, we talked about sugar on and off throughout this talk, but we want to limit the amount of sugar you consume daily. We're not saying you can't have fruit and delicious things that have got natural sugars in them, but let's try and avoid some of those snacks that are loaded with sugar, ice cream in the summer, sugary mixes in alcoholic beverages come to mind too. So Karen's going to join me back on the screen here. And we just want to talk a little bit about what working with us looks like for you guys.
So to work with us, our individual nutrition program focuses on a habit-based approach that is personalized just for you. We also take a holistic approach. So we're not just looking at your food. We want to understand everything from your sleep, stress, family life, what kind of activity, what kind of work do you do, because that all does play into your nutrition. So we work with you utilizing many tools and resources to build your nutrition foundation. That foundation is to create a sustainable and realistic plan. And along with those tools and resources, we also know how important support and accountability is going to be. So we are here with you every step of the way. If we need to make tweaks, if we need to progress further, we're here. That is one of the great things, is that individual relationship that you're going to have with each of us, whoever you're working with. But it's really about creating those long-term sustainable habits and plans to get you the results that you want.
So if you're interested in working with us or you want to find out some more information, use the email that you can see on the screen there, or go to our website and we would be happy to have a chat with you. Till the next time, have a great day.